Fox has big plans for the NFL draft that starts tomorrow. If you're listening to this on Wednesday, yes, we are a day away from making it happen. And here to tell us about all the lavish things that Fox is doing is Mike Bucklin, better known as Buck. He is VP of Digital Content at Fox Sports. I'm Bryan Fenley, a national anchor at Fox Sports Radio. And Buck, we were discussing a little bit about the excitement generated from what's been put out there as far as the news, the star lineup you have that is going to be
Sure.
part of this watch party for the draft. And what a guy to be the fulcrum of it all in Trey Wingo.
Yep. Yeah, we love Trey. Trey's got a little experience doing the draft, so
He does.
we're excited to bring on a little experience, but not just bring in someone who has experience, but Trey knows the game inside and out. And he's connected. He knows the players. He knows the pace of the draft, and something we believe in here is showing off a little personality, perspective, and opinion. And as a guy who's hosted it for years and years and years, we're going to hear some of his opinion now as well. So I'm excited for that part as well.
What was it like reaching out to his camp? Because obviously he knows NFL better than just about anyone out there in the broadcasting space. So it must have been an easy yes from his camp to say, of course, I want to take part in this.
Well, with Trey, it's less of a camp. I've been working with Trey for, I think, probably since I was 22.
Wow.
And he was always innovative. So my career got started in the interactive gaming side, and as long back as I can remember, we were having Trey read voiceover work for interactive games like the Spelling Bee. He used to do voiceover simulations for Madden. I've been working with him for such a long time, and he's just so easy to work with. And I think one of the things you realize about someone like Trey is on a show like NFL Live or during the draft, he's playing traffic cop. He's sending the segments, he's kicking analysts. The guy knows the game so well. And in just the last couple of years, we've started to see that side of him too. And so we weren't looking for someone just to host. We were looking for someone to both host, but also provide some opinion and also get our experts involved. And he's the first guy we thought of. I sent him a text, and I think he said yes within 10 minutes, which was fantastic because we've been looking for an excuse to work together for a long time.
So I had Trey on my podcast here, and you also have to account for his photographic memory, because you can give him any year what Super Bowl, who was playing, he'll know what the score was, who the MVP of that game was. The guy is absolutely a stats junkie, and that's going to be such a great part of what you're trying to do. And then there's some other great pieces to this watch party, and Houshmandzadeh and Jordan Palmer, Geoff Schwartz, RJ Young, Jason McIntyre. So how do you think that these differences in personalities are going to mesh when this all comes to screen here tomorrow?
Well, first of all, they're all good hangs. There's the type of guys that you can go have dinner with and you can talk to forever, which we're all going to go do tonight and prep for the draft tomorrow. But yeah, they're great hangs, and they all also come from totally different walks of life. Trey come from the studio background, but RJ Young we found online, and he was the most subscribed to personality in college football on YouTube. And something like 70,000 followers. People are listening to him for 15 minutes a pop. I mean, I see the metrics for years and years and years. A lot of people have 30-second watch times. He's 15 plus minutes, so he's super impressive. And then you look at some of the experts you just named: TJ, Jordan, Jason, Geoff. They each bring something so specific. I mean, they're all capable of talking about the game from any angle you want, but they're also such experts at what they do. And you take someone like TJ, who's been working out with Kyle Pitts. You take someone like Jordan, and he's working out Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence. And, Jason McIntyre has been doing daily, mock drafts and gambling advice on the draft. And I think probably one of the things we're most fired up this week has been Geoff Schwartz. He just did a hour-long little mini doc called The Big Boys Club, O-Line Draft Academy. Long story short, he put out a tweet one day. He was talking to a producer. He was like, what if I did Gruden QB camp, but I did it for offensive linemen? And 40,000 likes later, we greenlit a little docu-series, and he got to know all the top linemen. So, he sat down with Panay, and he sat down with Rashawn Slater. And so when we think about how this all comes together in a draft party, I think Trey's going to use those pieces very wisely. He's going to know when to tap in RJ, tap in Geoff, tap in Jordan and Jason and TJ. And and we're gonna have a little appearance from Eli Manning as well. I think Trey's gonna run that show real well and tap in that expertise.
How do you expect this atmosphere to be different than other competing places that are doing coverage for the NFL draft? What do you want to do to stand out from all the other different entities out there, media wise?
Yeah, well, first of all, you kind of have to, right? You have to like be different before you be good. And I think the way that we're going to be different is, while a lot of people have really, truly brilliant analysts, we got a guy that has been with Trevor Lawrence. And if you want to talk about what's in Trevor Lawrence's head or what he can do, we got a guy that can give you, boots on the ground stories, in addition to someone who's analyzed the tape. So that's going to be one. The second thing is, when you do these digital streams, the beauty of them is they're entirely interactive. So, we think we have the best questions ever as producers or as talent, but, fans have the best questions, it turns out. They're the people you're trying to serve. And, we use a software called Tagboard to listen to what fans are talking about. We get that question on screen in under 5 minutes, and you're going to get, an expert responding to you as a fan. And that's the type of service we like, that sort of differentiates digital from TV. It's truly, truly interactive. We can answer your question, and just opens us up to a whole new world of questions and a better service to fans, we think.
And speaking of the digital space, just for everybody who's listening, this will be on the Fox Sports app, foxsports.com, YouTube, Fox Sports on Twitter, Facebook, you name it, Instagram. So there's all sorts of different avenues for people to check out this draft show. Where will you be when this thing goes live tomorrow?
So we're in building 101 here on the historic Fox lot, and I'll be upstairs on the 5th floor in our new digital set, with a headset on and listening to these guys perform in person. So that's where I'll be.
What's the last sort of, as I wrap it up here, what's the last sort of prep that you're going to have over the dinner table with these guys? It just, they all know their stuff. They've got great personalities and huge followings, so they don't really need any prep. But what are the last kind of conversations that you want to have for them, given the magnitude of this new thing coming out here with Fox?
I think one thing we'll remind them is we're really looking for their perspective and their opinion. We're not asking them to try to act. We're asking them to be themselves, tell us what they know, focus on the access that they have, the knowledge that they have. We're also not looking for sound bites. That there's no commercial break in digital. Like, speak as long as you want to speak. Give us what you think is legit, and let Trey drive a little bit. That's always something fun to remind people when they're used to doing TV and now they're doing digital. It's like, you don't have to be out in 45 seconds. Like, get your thoughts out. That's one. We always got to remind people that when they step into digital. The second thing that I think you'll find funny is Trey's son, Chappie Wingo, is an employee here.
That's what he said. Okay.
Yeah. So we have a great emerging research department, and Chappie is not in the research department, but because his dad's involved, his dad's hosting, we're gonna get Chappie involved. So he'll be at dinner tonight, helping the guys answer any last second questions and prep for tomorrow.
Oh, I can't wait. Coverage starts tomorrow, and it is going to be a blast. Mike Bucklin, better known as Buck, on Twitter at the Buck Stuff. I'm on Twitter at Bryan Fenley. Mike, thanks so much for breaking down this new chapter in what you're doing here on the digital space at Fox. Really appreciate you.
Thanks, Bryan.